Good morning. Today I want to talk to you guys about why I left the United States, why I live in Thailand, and how I got here. Okay guys, I'm going to take you for a quick ride along the Mekong River. I just made about a 5-kilometer trip up. I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk to you guys about why I'm here in Thailand. Have you guys ever quit anything, like quit a job? Not quit because you've given up or you failed, but quit because it was just a waste of your time. You quit because you needed something better. You needed to make an improvement in life. Well, that's pretty much what I did with the United States and the American dream. I just quit it. I come to the conclusion one day that it was just a gigantic waste of my time. How I got to that one day was really when I met Paige. Paige kind of gave me a whole new perspective on time, right? And kind of put things together for me in my decision to move to Thailand. I'd never experienced Thailand before I met Paige. Paige lived in America most of her life, and she would travel back and forth to Thailand to visit her family at least once a year. So when I met Paige, I had 2 automotive shops. I was just a busy person, always doing stuff, and time was like never on my side. So when I met her, she liked to do some fun stuff, festivals, and we were just kind of hanging out as friends, and it was really annoying. For me, if I tell you I'm gonna be somewhere at like 3 o'clock, I'm gonna be there at like 10 till, right? I'm gonna be there early because I got shit to do, so I gotta get it done and get on to some other things, So when I met her, it was very annoying, but I'm a very curious person, so I wanted to try to figure out why are you like this, Like, curiosity is really what brought me to Thailand too. I'm like the only foreigner in this little area, so I'm curious about things, and I'm not afraid to adventure, right? So I think there's a lot of cultures like this, but I think Asian people in general, time is not, it's about time, but it's about right now, about the moment. It's not about, man, it's a beautiful flower. It's not about, if I say I'm going to be here at 3 o'clock, well, if something's happening at that moment in time and she can't make it, she just can't make it. Or she says, I'll be there tomorrow, and if she's not here, well, something happened. It's no big deal to her, right? So I was like, okay, don't you think about the future? Don't you, not really. Why think about things that haven't happened yet? So these were all things that were really confusing to me at first. It took me a little while to figure out, and I'll get to that point here in a minute. But we, in our daily lives, time is everything. Time is like the evil of all, time. So, from the time we're born to the time we die, there's a time we've got to wake up every morning and do things that we don't really want to do, or do things we have to do. And then there's a time to stop and take care of the things that we need to take care of. Basically what we have is about 2 hours a day and a couple days a week. Good morning. How are you? Hang on, let me talk to this guy. อะไรนะครับ
Speak English นิดหน่อย
ไม่เป็นไรครับ
อยู่คำว่า
มาจากอเมริกาครับ
อเมริกา
พูดภาษาไทยได้ครับ
พูดภาษาไทยได้
ได้ครับ
มา
อยู่ไทยแลนด์หลายปีแล้วครับ
ไทยแลนด์
มีคนไทยอยู่ท่าพนมครับ
เมียอยู่บ้านอะไร
บ้านนเรศครับ
บ้านนเรศ
บ้านนเรศผมลูกค่อยนเรศครับ
เจ้าลูกนเรศ
ใช่ครับ
นเรศที่ซ่อมรถใช่ไหม
ครับผมครับผม โอเคออกกำลังกาย
ครับเห็นTexas
Texas
okay thank you
โอเคครับโชคดีนะครับ
โอ้ชื่ออะไร What is your name
ชักกี้ครับ
ช็อกกี้
ชักกี้ชอช้างไม้ฮานากากอไก่กอไก่สระอีไม้โท
ครับ
ชักกี้
ครับ
ชื่ออะไรครับ
ผมบุญเรียนมิสเตอร์บุญเรียน
มิสเตอร์
บุญเรียน
บุญเลียน
ครับผม
บุญเลียนโอเคครับ
ครับ
โชคดีครับ
ครับผม
เบนทหารครับ คุณเบนทหาร
ผมเป็นโพลิสเก
อ๋อ
ษียณ
ตำรวจผมเป็นทหารอเมริกาเกษียณแล้ว
เกษียณแล้ว
ใช่ครับ ครับผม sorry about that it's very rude to not to not talk anyway where the hell was I at I may have to go back into the video anyway I don't really remember where I left off I was easily distracted so I think I was talking about our time we have in our lives. So, you know, the weekends come along, we have barely just enough time to take care of the things that we need to do. We got to maintain our things, right? We got to repair our things, maintain our things, buy new things, and then take care of, you know, personal stuff, shopping, stuff like that. So, always, I have this little squeaking in my, hang on. My disc brake has got a little bit of moisture on it, I think. But anyway, yeah, so we just only have a little bit of time in our lives. And then before we know it, a lot of time has passed and we've wasted a lot of time. We never think about the moment, right? We never think about the now. So I come to Thailand with Paige on just a holiday. Like I come for 10 days. She was going to stay for a couple of months. So she actually came first, and then I met her here, which was a crazy experience because I had never flown to Thailand, never been in the airport in Bangkok, and it was like, okay, this is crazy. So, but you know, I was up for the adventure, right? You have to be adventurous to do this for sure. So anyway, when I first come to Thailand, a culture shock, you know, it's like, shit, how, no wonder these people, good morning. No wonder these people are poor. They just sleep underneath their houses in hammocks all day and drink all the time, you know. And I wasn't like really being ugly. I didn't understand, you know, because I come from a place to where you have to be productive, right? You have to do things, you know. For me, like not like to be stereotypical, but in the West, you know, as a white male, I'm supposed to go to school. Supposed to get educated, I'm supposed to get a job, I'm supposed to get a career, hang on. I'm supposed to get a career, I'm supposed to move up, I'm supposed to pay taxes, I'm supposed to do all this stupid shit that's required of me. Hang on a second. You know, so when I come here, it's like, okay, this is totally different. But it didn't really hit me until I came home. I came home by myself. Paige stayed a little longer. And I was thinking on that long ride back home, I was like, holy crap, that was fun. I've never felt so much freedom of happiness. I've never felt like this in the land of free before. You know, these people, they don't have nothing, but they seem to be very happy with what they have. And nobody really expected anything of me. They didn't expect me to speak. They didn't expect me to eat their food, to understand their culture. Only thing they really cared about was that I was enjoying myself. I was happy. And they were happy to see me try things for like the first time, right? I was like, holy crap, I felt like a little kid, you know? And my father-in-law, I didn't know at the time what the hell he was saying, but he was like, kept calling us kids, you know, the kids. And when I got back home, you know, I started really kind of putting things together in my mind, thinking, man, I hate this crap, you know, I'm just so wound up in everything. And I talked to Paige about, you think we could ever retire here, or do you think that you want to go back home one day? And she just is like, I really don't care. You know, most of her friends are in America, Paige was in her mid-30s when I met her, so yeah, she didn't really care too much. She didn't overthink crap, you know. So I said, well, we'll go a couple more times to Thailand, and then after that second trip, good morning. Good, how are you? So after that second trip, I said, you know, let's move to Thailand. She's like, okay, so how are we gonna do that? You know, I'm only like in my 40s, right? So I started like a madman putting stuff on paper, you know, trying to figure out really what I had, like my assets, my overhead, what I had at the moment right then and there. And I realized, holy crap, I'm friggin' making a crap load of money and I'm broke as shit, you know? I compensated my happiness by maxing out my overhead, you know, that's how we do it. That's how like we're programmed to do it, right? So instantly I got rid of some things like cable, like we didn't really watch TV, you know, so all I really needed was internet. I needed basic phone coverage. I mean, I didn't realize how much money I was spending on friggin' phones and internet and insurance. I had all these things and I was carrying, not including health insurance, but $1,200 a month. And what if somebody steals my crap insurance or it breaks insurance, you know? So we made a plan to come to Thailand just to figure out a budget. What is it gonna take? I'm sorry about the little squeak. What is it gonna take to live in Thailand? I mean, like I'm possessed at this moment, right? I'm like, we gotta figure this out, right? Because all I could see was a finish line and everything was like amplified back in the US. I mean, everybody sucked, you know? And this is back in a time when it wasn't as like a quarter bad as what it is today at this moment here. And right now it's 2020 in the middle of a pandemic here in August. And Thailand is locked down from the world, right? Because the world has gone mad with zombie apocalypse right now, you know? So I'm like really hypersensitive. So we come to Thailand, figured out a budget. We weren't sure about moving. Actually, moving in with her parents wasn't even on the table. We didn't even consider that. And it wasn't anything I would consider as an adult, right? So I figured out a budget of about, I figured we could easily do it for $1,800 a month. So the first thing we had to do is we had to figure out what was our necessity, what do we need in life? And our only really needs was to travel. So most of the money was budgeted for traveling. Of course, we needed a place to stay, we needed a vehicle, we needed insurance, we needed stuff like that. But we already knew we weren't gonna buy a home because for me, that was a waste of time. So we budgeted on what it would cost to rent a place throughout Thailand, you know, kind of travel around like a gypsy is what we had thought, you know. And anytime I make a decision about something, I always consider the worst case scenario. So my worst case scenario was that I would have to come back to the United States and get a job and you know, buy all the crap I need to be American again, right? That was my worst case scenario. So it was no big deal. I could handle that. Well, we come back with an idea of what it was going to take. Of course, our budget was 18, so you know, there's always what ifs, right? Always. So I figured about $2,500 a month is what I needed. So we could have a good life in Thailand. Because we weren't going to we don't spend that now. I mean, some months we only spend $1,000, you know, so we have that extra money every month put up, so. Okay, we had our budget and now I needed to figure out how was I going to make the money to survive the rest of my life, because I don't know why people think I get some money from the government. I don't have a pension. I don't collect disability. I don't have anything coming in. It's just the money that I made. And that's it. So long story short, you guys know the story. I've said it many times. I quit my mechanic job and invested in a company and I got a contract through a major automotive equipment dealer called Hunter Engineering Company, who makes all the equipment basically for dealerships and a lot of garages. They hold the copyright patent on a lot of equipment. So anyway, I was a guy that I installed equipment for them. I trained the people how to use it. And then I also was the only guy in a certain area that was able to do the repairs or sell them parts or whatever, you know. So anyway, it was like winning the lottery, but it was like really stressed out job. I ended up taking 2 territories. I had about 380 shops in total, multiple dealerships of all kinds, but I was making a lot of money. And everybody knew I was moving to Thailand, even the company, and they were excited that I was making them a crap load of money because I was focused, right? I had a mission, I had a goal, and nothing was gonna stop me. I was possessed. So I was running out of time, you know. I wanted to spend the rest of my life not really knowing what the hell I was gonna do the next day. I learned this from Thailand, and I learned this from Paige, that what really matters is what's happening right now. This is what matters. Look at around you. Look at the flowers, look at the trees, look at the birds, look at the sky. It's cloudy, it might rain, I don't really care. I got nowhere to go. I might go bike ride today. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drink a cup of coffee in the morning, which I already had, and I'm gonna eat breakfast. And I don't know what's gonna happen after that. That's what I wanted, and that's where I'm at today. Because all the other things in life really does not friggin' matter. You know, you have all these things and you have all this, you know, this power that you're sitting on this platform. You think you're the shit, right? Like, oh, I'm your boss, or I'm at this level in life, or I have this friggin' car, or my house is huge, or my girlfriend's hot. You know, nobody gives a shit, really. Nobody really cares about what you got. It's just you bust your ass every day to do these things and make these things happen, and you're not really impressing nobody. You're like, oh yeah, you worked your butt off, good deal, congratulations. You wanna go to Taco Bell? No, my credit card's maxed out because I'm a dweeb, you know? Anyway, I don't wanna go on about that. A lot of that was me too, you know, so I just got tired every day of the same crap, and my no time to be sad was I don't have time for this shit, is what I would say constantly. And I'm here today, and I'm here to tell you right now, take this time that you have. You guys can't come to Thailand at the moment. Take this time to think about what's going to make you happy in your life. I'm not saying move to Thailand. Moving to Thailand is definitely not an easy task. It's not meant for everybody. But get to a point in your life where you're happy. Get to a point in your life to where you've figured out what is going to make you happy, and try to get there. Just think, ultimately, put all the shit you have aside, all your accomplishments, and think about your life as a whole, and think about if you're happy right now. So a lot of you are talking about Thailand or Southeast Asia or something like that. Figure out a plan. What is it going to take? What are your necessities? What are the things that you need in your life to make you happy? And figure out a way to do it. Just figure it out and do it. I know a lot of people have responsibilities. We all have responsibilities in our life that we have to take care of before we can do the things that we need to do. Some of it's unnecessary. We think we have to do these things in our mind, like the world's going to collapse if we don't do this. But I'm not talking about something like taking care of your sick mother or your handicapped child or something like that, you know. We have to take care of things in our life sometimes we have to make sacrifices, you know. I think a lot of people don't want to make sacrifices in life to get to a happy point, you know. And then it comes to a point in time where it's over, and you're at an age to where you can't make all these decisions, you know. You can actually, you know. You just have to go about it a different way. You have to. I know plenty of people here that are 80 years old, living here on a very small budget, and they had to figure out a way to stay here legally, and they've done it, and they're like very happy. There's a lot of options. You just have to figure out personally what your needs are, and just figure out a way to do it. But time is definitely not on our side, for sure. For sure. And time definitely is the ruler of our life. I've never been more happy in my life right now and content. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. I don't worry about the what ifs. I get a lot of questions on the internet about what am I going to do if this happens or that happens. Could you imagine? I can't imagine anymore living my life worrying about tomorrow. Man, that sucks, because tomorrow, it's always tomorrow, 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 and then it's, you know, all of a sudden, your todays are gone. You worry too much about shit that may happen or may not happen, and today's gone. So right now, I don't give a crap what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't care about what's happening. I'm selfish, really, kind of in that way, because ultimately it's my life. When I'm dead, I'm dead. When I'm gone, I'm gone. All I have is a memory of who I was. You know, hopefully my memory's not all I was an ass, you know. But it is what it is. It doesn't really matter. So I live for the moment. I live for today. I hope you guys can get to a point in your life where you can do the same. I think it's important. I think you're running out of time. And yeah, I think it's no time to be sad. Good morning, สวัสดีครับ Yeah, no time to be sad. Happy every day. มีความสุขทุกวัน means I'm happy every day. Every day could be a bad day if you're only thinking negative. For me, like I've been called, I look at life through rose-colored glasses. Maybe so. Maybe that's just how I see things. I see things in a positive way, and I don't give a shit about anything else. I don't really care about what anybody thinks about me or what anybody says. I'm here. I'm doing what I want to do. Whatever happens is my own problem, my own. Whatever the outcome is because of the road that I took. Nobody else is telling me what to do or how to do it. So very happy. I wanted to share that with you guys today, and I hope you guys have a great day. And we'll see you guys on our road trip here tomorrow. Bye.